Down Business with Aaron Kleiber. Yeah.
Boom! Welcome to Grown Dad Business. Guys, welcome back. It's Grown Dad Business. Friends, thanks so much for listening and watching, because lots of people watched the last pizza episode. A lot of feedback, a lot of opinions about pizza. A lot of opinions. I just realized this fan is sitting here. How weird is that? It's because I'm a hot bastard. Speaking of hot bastards, here's a hot little face. Sam.
Boom.
Dude, thanks so much for popping up here. My co-pro, Sam, you're blocking my fan right here.
Yeah,
It's
see,
hot.
now you gave away. If I'd have just come in, you wouldn't even have needed to say anything.
Yeah, man, but you know what? You serve so many purposes here, okay? But one of them is so special is right now you're covering my fan in my video.
Fan cover. I'm fan cover.
Dude, it was hot in here. It was hot. I did a lot of moving and cleaning around in here. And
it's nice out right now.
Cleaned up my desk. Are you cleaned up?
Like my desk? No.
Oh, okay. Yeah, if you're watching, thanks so much. You can, if you're listening, you can watch this podcast early on Patreon, but also on YouTube in the week. And we also premiere it live on Facebook. If you're reminded and see it there. So thanks. You could do that. Boom, Sam. I just want to tell people, if you heard, I was telling people thanks for listening, stuff like that.
For sure.
And it's just been, I've been cleaning up. I had like a soundboard here. And if you're watching, you can also see that my room is glowing.
Yeah.
It's rad. Remember now, for years and years, Sam, remember how I said that quite a few people have commented that I should light my background or light my room like YouTubers do, right? With neons and like LED lights. Huh?
Boom.
Boom. How you like me now? Huh? Well, guess what? They're not even staying. They're not even mine, Sam. They're not mine. These lights actually belong to Stand Up Get Down. It is my stand-up comedy game show. And if you have not seen my stand-up comedy game show, this is a little plug, but I'm also telling you about me. If you've seen on my socials, this year, 2024, my stand-up comedy game show, we formed a venue partnership with Cohatch. And if you don't know what Cohatch is a community work center. They basically are like a gym for business. You belong to them monthly. You go in, you can rent a private office space, community office space, and they have event spaces. And in Pittsburgh, I'm starting my stand-up comedy game show at Cohatch Southside Works. And it's like we're turning it into a comedy club. It's going to be amazing. And if you've not seen my stand-up comedy game show, Stand Up Get Down, you can check that out on YouTube. Just go look up Stand Up Get Down. You'll find the stand-up comedy game show. We have clips. But if you're in Pittsburgh, come to the show. Be part of the live studio audience, right? I mean, win swag at Cohatch. But I just want to tell people that even if you're not in Pittsburgh, there are Cohatches all over the country. And we're hoping to get to some of the national Cohatches with comedy in the future. That's very exciting.
That's what I was going to ask is, since your relationship with Cohatch, are you going to try to get to those other cities? So you just answered it for me. Good job.
I know. Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
Sam, they have Cohatches around you. I believe they have some in Western Ohio. Yeah. So yeah, that's a really cool partnership that, not only is we're throwing a cool live event and we're taping it. It's going to be rad. It's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait. It's a stand-up party with comedian friends, and now I have also a live band.
Awesome.
Led by one of my super close friends and funny comedy partners in my life, John Pitcher. People, if you don't know, you don't know. If you know, you're very excited right now that John Pitcher is my band leader. So it's if you have watched me do comedy for a very long time in Pittsburgh, John Pitcher was one of my comedy partners in our comedy group. Sam, I don't know if you know about this history. I had a comedy group right before I started stand-up. We did sketch comedy and improv. It was called The Esquires. That's right.
You were an Esquire?
That's right. And myself, John Pitcher, and Chris Cord, we were the Esquires, and we did sketch comedy and videos. Those videos are not even available anymore, just because they were all parody and sketch videos, and now YouTube, they flagged them all. So it's because, when you used to make videos where you could show them and they had, copywritten music in it, and you were having fun and making funny videos. You can't even post them anymore. But that's exciting. So Stand Up Get Down is coming, and which made me think it's not like it even like fits together, but that's why I started talking about game shows. Like, game shows in my house are hot right now.
Game shows in general are pretty popular.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like, okay, it's hard. We'll dig into it, but yeah. I wanted to, since we're talking about my stand-up comedy game show, I was like, hey, we're watching game shows all the time now. It's like in our brains. It's not even on purpose. But yeah, we're watching all kinds of game shows, new and old game shows. And I just never thought I'd be able to share this with my children. Old game show nostalgia. Yeah. So, hey, let's pay the bills. We'll be right back. Ding, 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 ding. I'll just leave that in. Boom. Guys, welcome back. Grown Up Business. Listen, so I was thinking about game shows because in my house, it is okay. I know, like, Sam, you have a bunch of kids.
Yes.
You always have a bunch of kids in your house.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, listen, when you're a busy family, you don't always eat at the dining room table. Everything is not the Brady Bunch. Everything is not the Cosbys. Okay. Like, it's, you know what I mean? The show, what I'm talking about. Okay? But
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yes. Jeez. Yes. I don't want anybody triggered. Okay. I'm talking about the old amazing show about family.
The Huxtables.
Yeah. Okay. It was acting.
Yeah.
He's a really good actor. But no, dude, like, we're not always eating at the dinner table. We're always on the go. Kids have practices and stuff. So a couple days a week, we'll eat in the living room. Well, we'll always say, what do you want to watch? Let's put something on, right? And sometimes we'll watch an episode of something. Sometimes we'll just quickly eat something and watch a Mr. Beast video, or we'll, watch something we like on YouTube, like Homestar Runner or How Ridiculous, I'm really just naming things that, like, we watch with our kids that are fun. And we just, now you may have heard me talk about it on the podcast before. It's not an endorsement, but I can't help it. I'm a fan of Roku TV, Sam. Am I right?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Oh
Dude,
yeah.
I'm sitting here. You get stuck on Roku and you see some old show, and all of a sudden you're watching Knight Rider for 3 hours. You're like, what the hell happened? They have 24-hour stations for so many old shows. And then one day, I'm flipping through Roku thinking, oh, they also have a Mr. Beast channel on Roku. We're flipping through the Roku channels, and I'm like, oh my God, there's so many game show channels. And I throw, I knew that, I threw on Press Your Luck for my kids. Remember? No whammy, no whammy. Stop. No whammy. Stop. Dude, how fun was that when you were a kid? My kids, I thought, were we crazy? Were we stupid little kids that were like, I want to watch Press Your Luck to watch all the little cartoon guys? No, they loved it. They were cheering. One episode in, they're cheering for whammies. And then there's the news show, which is great. Elizabeth Banks is funny, hilarious, great. And I noticed something. We watched some old shows, and then we watched some new Press Your Luck, and they got the whammies. It's back. They're funny. The old whammies, they're not safe sometimes.
No, not at all.
Most of the whammies are murdering each other.
Yeah. Or
unlifing themselves. Like, there's like little guys coming out and like pulling stuff and like road runnering and like Wile E. Coyoteing themselves. I'm like dying. My kids are like, oh my gosh, that whammy just pulled out a pistol. Like some of them are so ridiculous. I remember just loving them as a kid. Like I want to get little whammy shirts. All those old cartoons, they got to be compiled somewhere on the internet. And Sam, since we don't do any research, that's not. I bet you there's got to be. I know it. Someone put it in the comments somewhere. There's got to be a whole list of just all the different kinds of funny whammies. They're hilarious.
There has to be a list compiled, or, or a gallery of some sort that is compiled of it.
I'm just happy to share that with my kids. You know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah,
because game shows are nostalgic to us. Like, and I don't even know if still they are today, but like, I don't know, because for me, you know, I was with my gram, you know, and my gram would watch us after school and watch us sometimes on, you know, when my mom worked. And so it was game shows, baby. Like, listen, if you were homesick with my gram in the summertime, 11 a.m., Price is Right. That's what we're watching. Bob's coming on. That was it. We had to watch Price is Right at 11. And then after the news, it was a double. We're watching Wheel of Fortune, and then we're watching Jeopardy. That's that. My gram, like everybody, I think everybody's grandparents or a grandparent or a parent, I think when you get old, you just pick a show. And it must just like keep you knowing each day, you know, like, I don't know what, like, I'm going to need, you know, what was the thing that they were obsessed with watching? Oh yeah, the old movie Rain Man, talking about watching People's Court, right?
You know what's funny? You know what's funny is I was literally gonna say it's like Rain Man, Wapner in 5 minutes.
I'm telling you, like my gram, it would be 10:58, and she'd be like, "Get off the TV, no more Nintendos." Like, boom, Nintendo's is over when Bob Barker's coming on. And I always thought, like, you know, like Bob Barker, it always seemed like he was like a ladies' man. That's what we call it now, or back then. He was a ladies' man, right? And we started going back and watching some 1983 Price is Right, too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I was like, you know what? Because I tell my kids, I'm like, oh, we got to watch old Price is Right. Because, you know, I watched it with my gram. You guys are going to love it. And they love the games. Favorite game, you know. What would you think my kid's favorite game is?
Plinko.
Second. Number one.
Or the Mountain Climber.
It's the Yodeler. And that game is called Cliffhangers.
Cliffhangers. Yeah.
Dude. And no matter what, I don't care how old you are, even my gram did it. When the Yodeler comes out, you're yodeling, dude. Come on. I can't yodel, dude. That's my yodel, dude. Like that's and you'd all do it, and it was hilarious. My kids do it. It's funny. Dude, Price is Right. Here's the thing about Bob Barker. Like I said, back in the day, you're like, oh, not just Bob Barker. We could talk real quick about all game show hosts were ladies' man. Like
Richard Dawson.
As a grown up watching 1983 Price is Right with my kids, it was apparent when Bob Barker was attracted to a lady, and it was very awkward. there were times too where you're thinking like, okay, and obviously he's kind of being a weird old man, you know, getting his kisses and stuff. We see that, you know, the Richard Dawsons, we know, right? That he's the player right there. That's a little much.
Square on the lips,
dude. Daughters and grandmothers. He did not care about nothing.
Made no never mind to him.
But we will not watch. I swear, we won't watch Old Family Feud because this dude kisses everybody on the mouth. It's so weird. Mm-hmm. I think we saw it once or twice, and my kids are like, "What the hell is this?" They're like, "Who's this weird uncle?" You know what I mean? Like, we don't have no weird uncles. You know what I'm trying to say. But
I know what you mean.
Yeah. But dude, like there's sometimes where Bob Barker, a lady would come down, you know, for the at the front, right? At one of the, guessing the showcase showdown, or not the showcase, the thing.
Yeah.
And oh my God, he'd be like, well, what do we have here? Oh, Deborah. Oh, well, we hope you win something, Deborah. Like, you're just like, geez, dude, would you leave her alone? She's trying to win a damn duvet cover, and a dining room set. You know what I mean? Like, what the hell?
Keep it in your pants, Bob.
Holy. I'm just saying. I see you out there, ladies. Holy moly in history. I mean live television, so you can imagine. So that's kind of weird. Every once in a while you'll get that and you're like, geez, oh man, he likes this lady. Like, this is weird. But hey, it's what it is. And then we would watch Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy. That's listen. I feel like everyone that watched Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy, that was like your qualifications to think you're smart. Like, it's like everybody was like, I got like a whole category last night on Jeopardy. Like, that's like remember that was like the litmus test back in the day that you would like.
You brag about it.
I don't know. And there's people too that would always like, you'd meet people that were like, oh, so-and-so's dad tried out for Jeopardy. You know what I mean? Or like, you'd be like, what? But it was always, you'd always qualify yourself. You're like, you know what? You'd get excited when there'd be a category. You'd be like, oh shoot. You're like, I know 1980s teen stars, or like you'd get excited where you're like, I studied this in college, wrote a paper on this. And then literally you can't get the 100.
No,
you can't.
No.
You can't even. You're so confident.
I got the whole potent potables done the other night.
Potent potables, dude. I'll take swords for 500.
That's S words.
Yeah, that's one of the best SNL sketches of all time. God's sakes.
Yeah, that whole franchise of SNL Celebrity Jeopardy. Beautiful.
Dude.
Norm Macdonald doing Burt Reynolds.
Burt Reynolds, dude. Come on. It's a funny hat. Funny.
It's funny. Yeah. Funny hat.
Him chewing gum, dude. Yep. Funny hat. It's amazing. Here's we did watch this. This was funny. We watched some old Wheel of Fortune. That's a blast, dude. Wheel of Fortune is always good. And I'm going to be honest. I'm pretty sure Pat and Vanna, they're robots, dude. Like, can we be honest?
Have to be.
I'm pretty sure that at this point, they're both like 80. And they both look like they're tour guides in the Hall of Presidents. You know what I mean? Like, they're, I'm trying not to be mean. But, like, good for them. Like, I want to look like a clean cut game show host at 82. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Which makes you think, like, if Pat Sajak is too old, to run Wheel of Fortune, how about two old guys running the country? Bingo. That's the only politics I'm getting at. Bingo. But anyway,
Pat Sajak is 77 years old.
Dude, and Vanna's like
67.
Wow, dude. I thought they're up there. They're up there, dude.
That's awesome.
Good for them.
They look great.
Good for them.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what I will say though? Money will make you look prettier. They will.
You know what? If you've got the money and that's what you want, go for it, dude.
Listen, if I'm Pat Sajak, I'm buying the best expensive face lotion I can find. I'm getting good haircuts, right? Like, I mean, come on. Dude, but Wheel of Fortune, that's one thing. We'll watch the old stuff. And if you have not watched Wrong Answers on Wheel of Fortune, it is one of the funniest things I have ever seen. I have not laughed harder with my family watching Wrong Answers only with Wheel of Fortune. It's some of the funniest outtakes of all time, right?
Oh, for sure.
And let's be honest, game show outtakes are phenomenal. Like, we've seen them all. We've seen the dirty ones. Come on, dude. Come on, dude.
The one that always comes. Yeah.
What's the one? The best one is
the most unusual place you've made whoopee.
That's it. It's the newlywed game. What's the most unusual place you've ever made whoopee.
Now, that was the way it was worded.
Like 1977 or earlier. And you gotta if you don't watch it, I'll just spoil it. It doesn't matter because you gotta go watch it anyway.
It's over 10 years old. You can't spoil
it. It's easily. See. This is what makes it funny because this is like on television at the time. This was super risque to even like say this on the show because Sam, I think like the year it's got to be mid-70s easily.
Yeah.
So they say, "What's the oddest place you've ever made whoopee?" And the kids don't know what I'm talking about. And she just goes in the butt,
and that was it.
Listen. If it is 1974 and you are in the living room watching TV with your family, this is a bombshell. Grandma fainted. Like your mom made an excuse to go cry in the bathroom. Like this is, I don't think people know the implications of it's amazing. And it was, that's a good one. You think, see, and that's the thing, like you watch Steve Harvey all day making little, double entendres, but this is just incredible. The honesty.
Yeah.
That it holds up. It's so funny. But it's not, dude. I will say though, like now, like those game shows, like you just wanted to like win stuff. Like it was my kids are like obsessed with winning game show prizes now. They'll like come up with like fake game show like packages. Like my son will be like, "What if you like won like a go-kart, a jet ski, and like all the Dragon Ball Z figures? Like, wouldn't that be crazy?" And I'd be like, "Yeah, dude, that would be crazy." Like, and my daughter would be like, "And you get 100 stuffed animals, and you would get McDonald's every day for a week." I'm like, okay, they're just like coming up with prize packages, and then they're like, maybe we could get that prize for our 15th birthday or something. I'm like, what are you talking about? You ain't getting no jet ski and a trip to Legoland. Get the hell out of here. You know what I mean? But they're all coming up with these hypothetical prizes and stuff.
I tell you what, you find the game show that's giving that away, you can participate.
Yeah. But like I had to explain, and then they're bored by like you have to explain to them where like they're like they won all that stuff. What are they gonna do with all that game show? Like where are they gonna? I'm like they actually don't take most of that home. They don't take any of it home. But to be honest, they find out usually the cash value, and they just send them a check. And my kids are like, "That's dumb." Like to be honest, my son, who he's a middle school boy. I mean, it does kind of break your brain to realize that someone would not take a free jet ski. Like that's
right.
You're like, you just won a jet ski, a camper, and a motorcycle, and you took $14,000. Like, what are you out of your mind? And then you have to explain, you have to really squash the dream of game shows to your kids and be like, well, taxes, like, and then you got to go to a jet ski dealer and he doesn't have it in stock for 7 months. And then you're like, where am I going to put a damn jet ski? It's grown up problems when you win a game show. You know what I mean? Right. Now, like, I feel like, don't you feel like game shows now are basically just talent shows?
Yeah, I was gonna say that our kids and I and my wife and I would watch America's Got Talent.
Yeah, we watched that for a while too.
Yeah,
until I was auditioned for it 4 times.
You auditioned for it 4 times?
Didn't get a call back.
No way.
Invited, didn't wait in line. Little history lesson for y'all. Oh yeah, I mean now it's like you must sing and dance and show us your talent, and you will win. It's not even like games of chance anymore. You know what I mean? Like it's because now like there's the new one. We watched The Floor. You ever see The Floor?
I've heard about it, but I haven't watched it.
It's great. It's literally pub trivia, and it's like you challenge people up front to like your best like pub trivia like question, and it's like the floor is like a game board and you win pieces. Really, it's going to be a game, actually a board game any minute. Actually, probably should be. And it's Rob Lowe. He's so serious. He's like, I'm Rob Lowe, and this is the floor. He's like, very okay. We're gonna answer questions. This is the floor.
It reminds me of his role in Parks and Rec, where Chris Traeger. That's very just to the point.
It is very Oh yeah. Welcome to the floor, and we have 3 categories. Yeah. He's great. He makes it real serious.
Yeah.
And but like, dude, it's just all like, like the Squid Game and the Mr. Beast things, like all those they're crazy. Mm-hmm. They're like all ramping up to like insanity, where like you have Squid Game. Like, okay, the new one I'm kind of excited about. This is Pittsburgh native. You may know Joe Manganiello. I don't know if you guys know, hello, Deathstroke, Magic Mike, hello, True Blood, ever heard of him? Pittsburgh. Listen, he has this new thing, Deal or No Deal. If you remember Deal or No Deal, it was just the cases. It was just Now they took the cases on an island with Joe Mang, the action hero. That's what they're doing. And they have to like, whatever, fist fight in the sand or find coconuts, and who knows what's happening. But here's the thing. They Deal or No Deal, they do the challenges and they still don't get the money. they still have to go to the banker and like make deals. This is like, it's like The Apprentice on crack. That's what it's like.
Wow.
I want it to be, listen, I feel like it's too easy. If Joe Manganiello is hosting Deal or No Deal, I think he could be testing these people for the banker and the business much harder. I mean, you got a guy, okay, look, you could have Joe going through many different trials to prove themselves. I want to see Joe Manganiello take these people through vampire killing, okay? He can teach them everything he knows. Vampire killing. He could do dancing for the ladies. You know what I'm saying? Like, just teach. It's a survival skill. Listen, vampire killing is a survival skill. Dancing is that. Let me tell you something. If you're ever in trouble and you start dancing real good and sexy and then start removing your clothes like on Magic Mike, you might defend yourself. I'm just saying, it's an act of defense. I'm not kidding. Learn how to do that. He could also, he could teach you how to have a soft heart. He was a Smurf, okay? Joe Manganiello was a Smurf, okay? He could teach you the softer side of things, okay? Also, Arnold Schwarzenegger passed him the baton of physical fitness. I mean, this is somebody who should be really running the capitalism Squid Game. That's where, and also intelligence, dexterity. Joe Manganiello can also teach you Dungeons and Dragons. See what I'm saying? Strategy. He is, once again, I'm shouting out Pittsburgh. He is the perfect host because he really could put people through tests that really matter. You know what I mean? Like, just run them through the gamut. You know what I mean? He knows how to fight Superman and Batman. He was Deathstroke, okay?
You put forward a very compelling argument.
I got to take a breather.
You've got a very compelling argument. I now agree that he is the best man for this job.
I'm excited. It really is the Squid Game for capitalism, right? It's it's like, do these physical challenges and then also come back and negotiate in the scorching heat on an island. This is great. We had a fun time. I'm out. I'm like, I just ranted about Joe Manganiello and just shouted him out like he was my cousin, because that's Pittsburgh. If he's
everybody's
from Pitt, we're like,
related.
I want to go up. I know that guy. He buys bread off my father. Whatever. Is that a weird thing that he buys bread off my father? What? I don't know. That's Pittsburgh. You know what I mean? He's like, I bought a used car off his uncle. Everybody knows everybody if you're from Pittsburgh and you're a celebrity. So, yeah. Hey, shout out Joe Man. Great job. The new game shows are hot. They're crazy. Sam.
Yes.
I feel like I ranted too hard. Sam, thanks for always being little face in the corner there. And everyone, I always tell you, you can check out Sam's show with his guys on the 500 Section Lounge podcast. He has some awesome guests. He does football talk also.
Big Ten.
What's
Big
that called?
It's called Big Talk, but it's B1G Talk.
That's right. Check out Big Talk. I don't know anything about college football, which is why Sam is my friend. He tells me how to fill out all of my brackets. He tells me how to do DraftKings. I don't know.
How to defend a zone defense.
Yeah.
How to go offensively.
That's why Sam's here. You have to have dad friends that don't, that know what you don't. That's what it is. And, we'll talk about that next episode. You got to reach a point in your life where you have to have a guy for everything. You know what I mean? I got a D1 football guy. I'm like, you know what? Let me ask Sam about that. Boom. I hit him up. I got a D1 question. You know what I mean? Like, hey, you got to have a guy for that. Think about it.
I've got guys for it.
You're not a real grown man, Sam, until you got a guy for that. Or a lady. Right. You know what I mean? Boom.
I agree.
Now, it's nice to have that. I don't know. I got to test it. See if I have somebody for everything. Hey, if you're listening on the podcast, thanks so much for listening. You can always support just by sharing and subscribing on YouTube, everywhere where you follow. Please do that. And you can follow on Patreon. You get video podcast early. You get some comedy clips early, and always exclusive things first. If you're part of Patreon, it helps us keep the show going. So thank you so much for that. And hey, come see me live. Like I said, Stand Up Get Down is in Pittsburgh and coming beyond in 2024. But you can watch the clips. Go to Stand Up Get Down on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, whatever. Follow those and follow me. Follow Sam. Follow us into the night. I don't know. That's a weird thing to say. Like we're vampires. You know what I mean? I've been training with Joe Manganiello. I have been on the island. I'm losing weight. No, I'm just kidding. It's Ozempic. No, I don't take anything for losing weight. Okay. I chase my kids around the damn house. Sam, let's get out of here. Let's play us out. You're the best. Oh, there it is. Music. Sam, you're the best. See you next time.
See you, buddy.
Can't be funny.